These are sick. That's kind of aggressive, wasn't it? Right then, slightly different video for today, mainly the fact that I'm sat at a table and I look like I'm about to have an interview. If you have any questions that you'd like to ask me, maybe put them in the comments below and I'll answer them later. But today we're going from retro to slightly not retro, but still Nintendo, which is a lot of the videos we do on this channel, so it kind of still works okay. Because today we're going to look at the Nintendo Switch, but not the actual Switch itself. The Switch itself is maybe for another video. But accessories, and not just accessories for the Nintendo Switch, but from Temu. Now I know what you're thinking. This video has been done 1,000 times, Craig, and yes, you're right, and I probably should just not do this, but I've now purchased the accessories and I've started making it now, so you're watching it, so should we just continue? Now, the Switch itself, there's not actually much that I would actually change. The accessories that I've actually purchased are more to enhance it, but the one thing that does bother me is the fact that if I'm using it handheld, the Joy-Cons start to hurt your hands a little bit. It's not quite as economic. It doesn't fit in your hand as well as I'd kind of like it to. So, without further ado, let's have a look at every single accessory that was available on Temu. Which is not true, I just bought some of them. This many. And now they're on the floor. Now, I've actually been thinking about getting one of these controllers, the Pro Controllers, for a while. I've never got the Zelda version, and I really like it. I think it looks really cool. I quite like the design. This box, however, looks like someone has sat on it who has a perfectly round or oval shaped butt. So that's a thing. But inside the actual box itself, you get the controller, which we'll take a look at in a second, a manual, which is in English. It's USB-C, which is also a pro when it comes to any kind of technology and gadgets these days. I just realised I don't actually have a Pro controller to compare it to. I've been a while since I've had one in my hand, but it feels quite light, but not like, it doesn't feel like there's nothing in it. A lot of these kind of devices feel like there is nothing in it at all, but it feels quite almost as I'd expect it. That wasn't actually very satisfying at all. So connecting it up actually was super easy and straightforward, and it feels really responsive. The buttons are really, like it feels legit. There's not really many signs on it that would say otherwise, if I'm really honest. But I've been playing it for a while now, and I mean, it's really good. I'm probably going to start using that all the time. We're off to a good start. Next in my big box of Switch stuff, one of a couple of grips. This one is, I realised I probably have done it already, but I never said how much the controller was. I can't remember actually how much it was off the top of my head. I probably didn't put it in there before. It was this much. Now you know. This, however, was this much. And it's a floppy one. I thought it was going to be more rigid. Not that I needed it to be rigid, but it's just kind of what I expected. But it fits on there quite nice, and that feels quite nice indeed. Like, again, been playing this a little while now, and it does, like, it's hard to know exactly if it's going to fix all my fatigue issues with my hands and stuff, but it is pretty decent. I think it was cheap, and you still use the stand. I rate it. So the controller was probably a 10 out of 10, if I'm really honest. This is like an 8. It works perfectly fine, but it's just not very exciting, is it? It's just a floppy, rubbery thingy. Next. This is the handle bracket for NS Pro controller. I play for NS. Essentially, and I'm starting to think this was probably completely pointless actually buying. It connects the Switch to the Pro controller, or in our case, the not so Pro controller. I feel like that goes in there. And then you put the Switch in there. Every sound it makes sounds awful. You know what? That's not nearly as bad as I thought it'd be. For anybody who's interested, I'm playing Mario Kart on all of these little tests. I mean, if you're sat on the sofa and maybe someone else is watching TV and you're just chilling, or even if you're on a plane or in a car or whatever, and you really like using the Pro controller and there's not like anywhere to kind of put it. I mean, I joked and I took the piss, but it's, I don't hate it. I wouldn't be walking down the street or somewhere where, like, if it did snap, which it feels like it might, my Switch just dies along with it. Oh, the sound it makes, it is awful. But I'm still gonna give it like a 9 out of 10. Who knew? This is a nice looking box. This is a protective case, anti-fingerprint texture. Zelda edition, I can assume. Oh, I just made a hash of that box. So this is a case shell for the actual Switch itself. Those Joy-Con grips look funky, and I don't know what this is. Is this a stand? Oh, that way, like that. It is a stand, or is it? Does it go that way? Go. Does that come out? That does come out. Ooh, does it hold it up like that? Another weird thing off the internet where, like, it's like, here, trust me with your Switch. I'll hold it for you. Don't worry. I do worry. I actually kind of worry a lot. Oh, look how dusty my Switch is. God, hang on. We can't have that. Now my t-shirt is really dusty. Again, I'm not mad about it, but it's also kind of also a bit rubbish and just really cheap. And I don't know if I trust it holding my Switch. And is it necessary? That's a good point. Is that any better than just doing? What's the difference? What's this do? That's why that's included. This doesn't allow you to use the kickstand. So once that's on, which it fits quite nice. Now the kickstand doesn't work. I started off really impressed with it. Not anymore. But it'd be better if the Joy-Cons were like grey or something, or like blue. It looks kind of cool from the back. Like, I quite like that. It annoys me so much that you can now not use the kickstand though. It's kind of like one of the biggest parts of the Switch that you use all the time that you can now not. Oh, you can now not. Yeah. I'm gonna give it a solid 5. Simply the fact that, like, I ain't gonna use it. This is another hands grip. Hands grip. Which is in fantastic packaging. Looks like some animals tried to open it already. But that's kind of cool that it can, it can hold games as well. That's kind of useful. Pop a couple of games in there and then you can like take it on your way. The games don't like actually click in there, but I think it will say in there. So that feels potentially even better than that one. I can reach all the buttons and everything feels kind of like normal. And kickstandable. Whoa. Not if it's up like that, it just falls over, but if I put it down. Kickstandable. I mean, yeah, this is actually quite good. I think I'm gonna give it like an 8. No, 9. I give that one an 8, I think. Only because this is kind of like, if you're gonna put this into a case, so a lot of the Switch cases will only hold that. that then doesn't take up a lot of room in your bag. I suppose neither is this, but because it's flexible, it's just going to be bent out of shape and stuff. I think I prefer this. 9 out of 10. Oh no, I'm losing. We're getting to the end of the box now. I can see that there's like 3 more in here. Let's do this one because this one's a fun one. I think, if this is what I think it is, it's a card case for Switch. Bitch. My kitchen's just there. I could go and get a knife, but... that is the toughest plastic wrap I've ever seen in my life. They should make like planes out of that, or like boats. That's rubbish. I've seen these, and you have seen these in every one of these videos that anybody's done, but I've never had one for myself, and now I do. A Switch toaster. But as far as like desk toys, and I suppose if this is on your desk somewhere and you're just like, oh, I need to play a game, what have I got in here? Oh, Mario Kart. Oh, hang on. Just Mario. Oh, hang on. Oh, and oh, got it. And then you can put that back in there, and it's just like, oh yeah, brilliant, thanks. And then just like, oh, brilliant, thanks. Oh my god, can I do that again? No, apparently not. But it's fine. Going back to what I was saying earlier on about the Switch and the Joy-Cons, they're quite small and they kind of give you a bit of fatigue after a little while. This one was one of the ones that was kind of potentially more money than I should have spent. I think it was like £20, something like that, which when you're doing these sort of videos, it's meant to be cheap stuff that, you know, whatever. But I feel like that was quite on the higher end of unknown, if that makes sense. But these are essentially bigger Joy-Cons, LED. Okay. Put that down there for safekeeping. I mean, they weigh nothing. USB-C cable. And you've got your LED lights, because if you're not doing LEDs, are you really a gamer? But I like the kind of almost retro see-through-ness of it. You can change these colours. I don't know how to change these colours. It's probably quite obvious. Like, they don't feel very good quality. They do feel cheap, but they also feel like they work fine, and maybe they'll be absolutely fine for long periods of time. I don't know. Only time will tell, I guess. But I'd give them. I think I might even give them a 10 out of 10. I may come back to them in the future, and then as a standalone controller, because they are so light, you probably would be quite happy using them for a long time. I rate them. All right, I'm excited about the last one. I've just remembered exactly which one it is. So the next one is something I'm pretty excited about. I've always quite liked to get, let's try it again in English, shall we? I've always fancied getting some light guns for home use, but they're quite expensive. You're talking hundreds of pounds to get something decent enough. So when I saw these, which I believe were like maybe 5 or 6 quid, maybe a bit more, 10 pounds, I don't know, this much. At the time at least, I felt like that was a good price. But let's have a look. The colour is awesome. I really like they look very true to kind of some sort of arcade blue and red guns. Dope. They feel nice. There's literally a mechanism like that, which is pretty cool. To aim, I need to use the joystick on this one. So it kind of defeats the object of having this, but it's still quite satisfying pulling the trigger. I just died again. Let's not just watch Craig play a game really badly. But moral of the story is these are sick. That's kind of aggressive, wasn't it? So very different video today. It was literally you hanging out with me whilst I opened some products I ordered online for a bit of fun. I kind of rate all of them. The only thing I regret is this case and the things. I just don't think I'll use them. They're fine, but they're just not like, I just don't think I'm going to use them. But if you enjoyed this video and you want to hang out more, do hit the subscribe button. It's completely free, and we make videos every single week. And if you can't wait until the next video, that one up there is very good. And you should go watch that next. And then maybe continue and watching more videos for our channel, because we're really new and we're trying really hard. That was a little bit of a beg, wasn't it?